Hello, in this lesson we are going to review of all the three forms of quadratic functions, and also we are going to see how we are going to find the key points y-intercept, x-intercept, and vertex from standard form or vertex form or factor form. So the standard form is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. This we call standard form. The degrees of x is decreasing, so 2, 1, the constant, the degree is 0 or no x. So from the standard form, you are able to find one of the key point y-intercept right away at y-intercept. So if we sketch a quadratic, it's a problem if open down. If a less than 0, then this one we call it y-intercept. And at y-intercept, you will see that the x value is 0. So we sub in x equals 0 here. A times 0 squared is 0, b times 0 is 0, so you only have c left. So that is the reason the y-intercept is c. And from the standard form, if a greater than 0, then we know that from the step pattern, it will be right 1 up a, so it will open up. If a less than 0, then from the vertex, it will be right 1 down a, then it will open down. So the step pattern is the a value times 1, 3, 5. So from the standard form, you are able to tell the y-intercept right away, and also you can tell the a parabola open up or down. If parabola open up at vertex, you will have a minimum value, and if the parabola is open down at the vertex, you will see you have a maximum value. Okay, so these are the information you can get from standard form. Then for factor form, it is in this form: y equals a times x minus s, x minus r. The r and the s, we call them the zeros. So when we sub in r here, r minus r is 0, you will have y equals 0. So r comma 0. And if we sub in s in this factor form, s minus s give you 0, so 0 times anything give you 0, the y is 0. So the zeros represent y in equals 0. So if we extend it here, it means these 2 points will be your r and s, the x-intercepts. And the axis of symmetry is at middle of the 2 zeros. So this is r plus s, average of the zeros, average of the x-intercept. This is your axis of symmetry. Then once we have this number, we could sub it back. Then this is your p-value. So this is a pq. So middle of this one is your p-value. We sub this p-value here, you are able to find the q value. This one you can find the vertex. So from the zeros, you are able to find the axis of the symmetry, and that is x coordinate of your vertex. You sub in x value, you are able to find the y coordinate of vertex. And for the vertex form is y equals a bracket x minus p bracket squared plus q. Or we could write it as a hk, so we just change this one to pq. And the axis of symmetry will be the x equals p. So this is x equals p, it's axis of symmetry. It divided the problem into half. The function has a maximum of the q value is a y coordinate when a value is negative and opens down. And if a is positive, then the problem will have a minimum value at the vertex. It's the y coordinate of your vertex. So example 1, determine the equation in all three forms, means a standard form, vertex form, and factor form, for a problem with zeros at the origin and 6, and passes through a point 4, 2. So for this question, we are going to see 0, 0 is for the origin, and 6, it will be 6 comma y is 0. And for this another point is 4, 2, so it will be x and y. And because it's given zeros, so we are going to use a factor form to write the equation out. So y equals a bracket x minus r x minus s. So this is a factor form, and the zeros, one is r, one is s. So we know that x equals 4, y equals 2, r equals 0, s equals 6. So we sub in y is 2, a is unknown, x is 4 minus 0 bracket, then 4 for x value minus 6. Then we are going to times 4 minus, do the bracket first. So 4 minus 0 give you 4. 4 minus 6 give you negative 2. Then we times 4 and the negative 2 together, you are going to have 2 equals a times negative 8. Then in order to solve for a, we bring the negative 8 to other side by doing opposite operation, that is division of negative 8. Then we are going to have a equals negative 2 over 8. The simplest form is 1 over 4. So a is negative 1 over 4. Then we could write y equals, we sub in ARS to the equation. So a is negative 1 over 4. We are going to keep the x here. So x minus r, x minus s. This is your factor form. Then the question asks you in 3 forms. So we are going to expand this one to get the standard form. So this is called factor form. So this is factor form. Then standard form is just ax squared plus bx plus c, and that is no bracket, so we are going to expand this one. Y equals negative 1 over 4. Then we are going to use x times each term in the second bracket. So we are going to have x times x, x squared. Negative 6 times x give you negative 6x. And 0 times x, 0. 0 times 6 is 0, so we are going to have minus 0, minus 0. Then we get rid of the bracket, so we have negative 1 over 4 x squared. Negative 1 over 4 times negative 6 give you positive. So 6 over 1, numerator times numerator, 1 times 6 is 6. Denominator 4 times 1 give you 4. Then minus 0 is 0. So this is your standard form. It's ax squared plus bx, then c value is 0. We could simplify 6 over 4 as the lowest form. It will be negative 1 over 4 x squared plus 3 over 2. So both could be divided by 2. So this is your standard form. Then after that, we are going to see the vertex form. So for vertex form, we could start from the standard form. So we take the a value out. You are going to have negative 1 over 4 bracket x squared. Each term divided by negative 1 over 4. Use your calculator, you are able to find 3 over 2 divided by negative 1 over 4 give you negative 6. Then bracket x and bracket outside will be 0. Then we could use a half b squared. So negative 1 over 4, then x squared minus 6x. Half of negative 6 is negative 3, so we could use the x game. Two numbers add together is negative 6. We want to find two numbers add together equals negative 6, and then two numbers same, so half of negative 6 is negative 3. Then times together you will have positive 9. So what we are going to do, we are going to plus this positive 9, then minus 9. So inside the bracket A, if you simplify, you will still have x squared minus 6. But by doing this, the first three terms, you could write it as a perfect square. So you have negative 3 times negative 3 give you 9. So then you will have equals negative 1 over 4 bracket x minus 3 bracket squared for the first three terms. Then the fourth term, we are going to take it out of this bracket, and don't forget you are going to times negative 1 over 4, the a value, with negative 9. And this is just negative 1 over 1, so numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator, then you are going to have plus 9 over 4. So this is a vertex form. So from this vertex form, the vertex is 3, 9 over 4. So remember the p value x minus p. So PA will be opposite with a number inside the bracket. Then outside of the squared is your q value. So this is your vertex. Okay. So this is done. You have factor form, standard form, and vertex form. Three of them, they are equivalent. it represents a parabola with zeros at 0 and 6 and passing through a point 4, 2. So we need to see what given information is. If given zeros, then we want to use a factored form. And the next question we are going to see if the given is the vertex, then we are going to use vertex form. So this one is vertex, and you have a y-intercept. So we are going to use vertex form because vertex is given, so x minus p bracket squared plus q. So given me information is pq for vertex, and for the y-intercept, we know y-intercept, the x-coordinate is 0. So this is 5, then the x-coordinate for y-intercept is 0. So 0, 5 is given. And the vertex is 4, 1. So it's just, this is 4. And this is 1. So you have a problem kind of like this. So in this equation, we have a x, y, pq. We have 5 variables. In order to solve an equation, we need 4 variables are given. So we have pq, x, y given. So a point represents x-coordinate, y-coordinate. So we are going to sub in these 4 given information, given variables into this equation. So 4, 1, and a point x, y equals 0, 5 into the vertex form. So we are going to have 5 equals a bracket 0 minus p value, then plus q value. So we are going to do the bracket first. So 0 minus -4 is -4. -4 squared will give you 16. Then plus 1. So we move the 1 to other side. In order to solve for a, we isolate a by moving numbers to other side. So it's -1 opposite operation. It's 4 equals a times 16. Then we bring the 16 to other side. This is multiplication, so it will be division. So a equals 4 over 16. Both could be divided by 4, so 4 divided by 4 is 1. 16 divided by 4 is 4, so a equals 1 over 4. Then we could write the statement, the equation out. So y equals, we sub a pq into the vertex form. So a is 1 over 4, pq is 4, 1. So sub all this one into this vertex form. You are going to have 1 over 4 bracket x minus 4 bracket squared plus 1. Then this is done. So for this question, because vertex given, so we use vertex form. Then we sub in the vertex PQ, and the given point is XY. Then you are going to have only one variable left in one equation, then we could solve it. After that, we are going to sub in APQ to the vertex form. XY should stay. The XY stay represent a curve. So this is example 2. So this is example 3, and example 3 you will see h equals -5t squared plus 10t plus 0.5. It models a height h in meters of a baseball as a function of time, t seconds, since it was hit. The ball hit the ground before a fielder could catch it. It asks you how much time passed before the ball hit the ground. So how much time, it means you are looking for time. And in the given equation, you have h and t, two variables. In one equation, you have two different variables. We don't know how to solve it because it will represent a curve. You have infinite numbers of points satisfy this equation. So that is the reason we don't know how to solve it. But once one variable is given and you have another variable left, we are able to solve it. So if we are looking for t, then we want h to be given. So hit the ground, then h is 0. So for question A, we are going to sub in h equals 0 to solve for t. So we have 0 equals negative 5t squared plus 10t plus 0.5. Then we are going to write A equals negative 5, B equals 10, C equals 0.5. And we got the decimals here. It's hard to factor it. We are going to use quadratic formula. So this is, we are looking for the zeros. So this one, we are looking for the zeros. Then for the x-intercept, the zeros, we have two methods. One is factoring, if it's factorable, and another one is a quadratic formula. So for this one, we have the number in decimals, so we are going to use quadratic formula. So t equals negative b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Then we are going to sub in the given information. So negative 10 plus minus square root. B squared is 10 squared minus 4 times negative 5 times 0.5. Then all over 2 times a. Then we are going to t equals negative 10 plus minus, do the calculation for under square root. So 10 squared, we have 100. Negative 4 times negative 5 give you positive 20. 20 times 0.5 give you positive 10. So we have 110 under the square root. Then 2 times 5 give you negative 5, give you negative 10. Then we are going to get our calculator out. So use calculator to find out what this one equals. So it will be for the numerator, we need to do bracket negative 10 plus square root is second x squared, then 110. And close the bracket, then close the bracket again. This is your numerator, so make sure numerator is in bracket. Then divide by negative 10. That equals we have negative 0.488. So that is for the t plus. So t plus equals negative 0.488. Then we are going to see the minus. Okay, so bracket, numerator in bracket, negative 10 minus square root 110. Then close the bracket again. That is for numerator, then divide by denominator, negative 10. Then equals, have 2.048. So t minus equals 2.48. This one is 0.0488. So it means this point is negative 0.0488 and another point is 2.0488. So compare these two, you will see that before the ball was hit, we don't know where is the ball, so we ignore this negative answer. Then we are going to have only the positive answer. Okay, so this is when the ball will hit the ground. So this is for question A. And for question B, it asks you for the maximum height. It means you are looking for the vertex. And for vertex, we could use completing a square. This is in standard form, so we are going to complete the square. Completing the square, we are going to take the a value out, that is negative 5. So first two terms divide by negative 5. Then we have t squared minus 2t, then plus 0.5 equals negative 5. Bracket, we are going to find two numbers times together, add together negative 2. Then we want a perfect squared, so we need the two numbers to be same. Half of the b times together will be 1. So it means you are going to have t squared minus 2t, add this 1, and also take away 1 plus 0.5. So t squared minus 2t plus 1, two numbers add together negative 2 times together 1, you have negative 1, negative 1. That is simple trinomial factoring. So you have t minus 1 bracket squared. The negative 1 inside the bracket, we didn't use it, so we take it out. Don't forget, you are going to times negative 5. So negative 5 times negative 1, then plus 0.5. So we collect the like terms, you will have negative 5 bracket t minus 1 bracket squared plus negative 5 times negative 1 give you 5, 5 plus 0.5 give you 5.5, and this is your maximum height. And the p-value is your when the baseball reached the maximum height. So you are going to write a statement. So therefore, the ball hits the ground at 2.048 488, we could round it to 2 decimal places, will be 2.05 seconds. Because the third digit is greater than or equal to 5, so we add 1 to the second digit. Then the maximum height. Question B, the maximum height is 5.5, the Q value. .5 meter and at 1 seconds. So what we have learned in this lesson is 3 form: standard form, vertex form, and also factor form. So when we are looking for the zeros, we could use factoring or quadratic formula, if not factorable, to find the zeros. And for the vertex, we could use completing the square. So when you have keyword maximum, minimum of vertex, we know we are looking for vertex. Then you could from standard form to do completing a square. So that is all for this lesson. Thanks for watching.